Free your mind now. Be part of People's Pan-African Parliament, the Pan-African Pyramid Debate with your speaker, Andrew Irumba Katusabe.
Very evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard. Welcome to another edition of the Pan-African Pyramid Show here at Fairway Hotel. My name is Andrew Irumba Katusabe, speaker. Actually, as we speak right now, in Rwanda, Kigali, there is CHOGM. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to discuss is what is happening in Rwanda today in the interest of Africans. In other words, we have heard that this was started and is still entrenched actually for the good of our former colonial masters. But nevertheless, some of our African leaders believe that actually this is for their interest. And so I ask, is CHOGM an agent of colonialism for the West to exploit Africa's resources? Is CHOGM an agent of colonialism for the West to exploit African resources? When you hear the background, the basis, and the reasons, clearly since they started holding these conferences, these CHOGM meetings, I have not heard. Maybe Mr. Kashaya will tell us how Uganda benefited in 2007 when we hosted CHOGM here.
Mr. Speaker, sir. What went wrong with these Africans? A colonial organization that every year after year is reminding you how they forcefully ruled you and branded and rooted our natural resources. They are the ones you are doing. Others are even in the Jew applying to join. Shame on you. You know, you young Africans, I think this is the time. This is the time to tell these people who are tired intellectually, who are tired physically, who are tired mentally, to say enough is enough. You are post-independence, colonial agents, and you should leave. Because what you are doing is a service to all Africans. Now, Africans have so many problems. So many problems. We have wars. We have hunger. People are dying of hunger in Ethiopia. The last time I checked, in Ethiopia, where there is a conflict, over 800,000 people died last year. 800,000. As a result of hunger. And African leaders are silent. Instead of convening a meeting in Ethiopia to discuss how they can resolve the issue of Africans who are dying of hunger, they are attending the Queen's meeting, enjoying themselves with very, very expensive cars and suits, praising each other, being entertained in a conditioned room, people watching all over the world that Kigali, wow, is a wonderful country for having hosted a queen. Not wow, because there is an African summit that is discussing about hunger and wars.
Free your mind now. Free your mind now.
Now, instead of going to Kigali and rubber stamp to these people who are actually amassing wealth from our resources, would have a standby force and chase away these so-called UN peacekeeping missions and establish our own forces within the region and solve our own problems.
Free your mind.
But instead,
Free your mind now.
But instead, each country is arming another rebel group. And another country, neighboring countries, I even don't know. Who bewitched the Africans, ladies and gentlemen? Don't they have the brain to see what we are seeing, some of us? Why should we waste African resources to go and celebrate with a person who branded us, who rooted us, who made us small? The other time when the Queen was coming here and demonstrated, let her first come and apologize. By the way, the other time, Mr. Speaker, Belgium, did you watch that? Belgium transported the entire big casket, which was containing one tooth. To go. The whole, not the remains. The tooth, one tooth like this. So, to me at first, when they said the removers remains, I thought maybe we have discovered the remains of the man. But I was shocked.
The tooth.
When they said they have returned one tooth from Belgium, transported and wasted, and King Ruba, what is that king of Leopold? Never said an apology to DRC for having killed their son. Now, if I get you red-handed with the teeth of a lion, when the lion is mine, will you tell me that I was with this teeth, take it, without any apology or telling me how we got it? Congolese feared, by the way, if it was me, those people who brought the tooth wouldn't have gone back until they explain where they put the tooth. Yes. Lawyers will immediately open the case against the people who have brought, because we have been looking for this man. He disappeared. Now the tooth has been recovered by you. Tell us what happened to this tooth. Where did he get it from?
How do you extract it?
Billions of dollars would have gone to DRC. But there was even a ceremonial welcome to welcome the tooth. The guys were smarter. The casket rolling down with the whole big casket full of water. Who bewitched Africa?
CHOGM is only a club that is trying to ensure the continuity of the Great Britain. That name, Great Britain, because this was a great nation that actually ruled the biggest part of the world. They ruled even the United States of America. So this is just a way of trying to ensure that that great name of Great Britain remains in its position.
When the madness of an entire nation disturbs a solitary mind, it is not enough to say the man is mad. Sometimes I ask myself, it is better when we waited. Now we have destroyed our past and we are busy destroying the present. Because we should ask ourselves a question. We are having different forests but the same monkeys. Yeah, the goalposts have not changed.
What did you say?
We are now having different forests, but the same monkeys.
Free your mind now.
Different forests, but the same monkeys. Monkeys under colonialism, now Commonwealth, now very soon you will have another agenda. So, really, we had something called Mau Mau.
Rebellion.
Mau Mau. Muzungu, Arudi, Ura Mwafrika apate uhuru.
Mama.
Mzungu arudi Ulaya, Mwafrika apate uhuru. That let the white man go and leave the African to live in peace. I have had my senior comrade vaselining Commonwealth, comparing it to salvation. In Uganda there is a proverb, stand tarokoka. You are vaselining. So really, my complaint is one why I've come here to complain. The issue why I'm very displeased with Commonwealth is the issue of espionage. He mentioned that our leaders are being humiliated as state bears. They can't speak because the question of espionage. When Mr. TK, you know Mr. TK.
You don't pray. Where is TK?
Mr. TK. If Mr. TK usually is among the alert people, now I would compare him to the Kaundas and Nyerere, who would come and speak and galvanize and shake the podium. So,
but who is TK?
TK.
He's scared.
Okay, go ahead.
So, these are people who just consume, hold and sinker. So you see, the issue of espionage, why do you have to attack? Because the Nyerere is saying, initially Kaunda said, we are wasting time. Nyerere said, let's go and shout from there. Obote went. What happened, we all know, in 1971. Kwame Nkrumah tried it. What happened, we all know. Now TK looks at the young people in the room. Actually, I wish Sankara was around, because Sankara would come and speak. One time he told people, we are talking of African unity. You look at the suit you are putting on. It is from France. And Mugabe was humiliated. And people say, Oyo mwana mutobi ayogera tabiteki. So, issue of espionage, these people will come for you. That's why we have to be silent.
Oh. Cowards live longer.
Cowards live longer. I'm telling you. So, in other words,
my name is Nkwanga Michael. I bring you warm and kind regards from the fraternity of Chambogo University. In my submission, I am talking about heads of state that have prefabricated, galvanized, and implemented an entire economy into cataclysmic hibernation soundness that over time is culminating into nefarious and cantankerous ruckus. I would agree with you if you chose to explain madness closely referring to these states, asking whether CHOGM is an agent for colonialism, for the West to exploit Africa's resources. 100% yes. Absolutely yes. One, CHOGM is patronage. If you were to explain who patrons CHOGM, the Queen of England. Two, CHOGM is a nostalgia for the British. To break it down, nostalgia means that excessive sentimental feeling of getting back to the past. Loosely for the youth to understand that feeling you have wanting to go back to an ex. And vividly, it is an impossibility. So talking about CHOGM, it is the same feeling here. That we were a British colony, and the British think it is okay after years of pain to remind themselves of what used to happen here. This is broad daylight, visible neo-colonialism as an umbrella of British colonies. You can even say it is indirect rule. In fact, only that our speaker chose to be a little bit lenient, but saying CHOGM is an agent for colonialism, if you find the liberty, you can actually say CHOGM is colonialism itself.
nonani komoti, engaba kova ngani.